Oh wow, I did not know I took that long. How you guys doing? I did not know I took that long. To be very frank with you, I had no idea I took that long. How are we doing? I went to make a cup of coffee and mistakenly got into an not argument, discussion with my brother, and now I'm here. So sorry about that. Let me put this spoon down, and we can begin. Again, I didn't start early. I know. I was actually around when it started, but I had to do other stuff, so that's why I'm starting a little bit late. I don't get it. I always click Bernard first, but when the page loads, it always loads the first port, and I don't get why. I think Bernard won yesterday, right? He did. Yeah, he won. He drew. Huh. He was close to winning, but it seems he drew. That's completely fine as well. Okay, so let's get on with the show. Am I playing the music? Is the music playing? Okay. So let's go. Let me make sure the volume is not too loud. Another Sicilian, I guess. That's what it looks like. Oh no, he plays c4 first. Okay. Do we still call it a Slav, I guess? I don't know. Oh, let's get from Bernard's side. Oh, Bernard is... He's in a sense playing the London. I just realized my lights are not. Can't even see the difference. Funny enough. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of like a London system. Okay. Takes, knight takes. Ah, he took E. What is the position? You could play queen back, but I don't think that's what you want to do. What I'm thinking is going to happen is this. With this full line coming in. Putting pressure in the center. And though this is like worrying, I was watching John Bartholomew's stream yesterday and he spoke about this. That if you can stop your opponent's plans, why not? Though he said that it's mostly when in a position of advantage, right? Yeah. So this is fine as well. Let me get myself. Where's my AirPod? Let me listen to stuff on my phone. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically where the position is. Going back just seems to be a slow move. In as much as yes, you could do this, and then like after knight takes, queen takes, you could claim that okay, I'm still watching this square. I don't think this is one of the kind of variations you want to go for. Okay, we still get the same kind of position, I guess. Point is if your opponent ever does like get this. Because I'm looking at this, but this just looks complex. Right? Okay, you can easily block the check. Okay. Okay, I think I'm scared for that. It does look worrying, right? But I think it's fine. So this IQ piece, very annoying, but I mean, it's playable. Again, it's not so different. It's basically the same thing. Not so different. What this does, if you're looking at like advantages of this position, what this basically does is that now you can't put your bishop here to sort of challenge this guy. So assuming the same position here, actually no, yeah, queen would have to take. So it doesn't, unless you play this, in which case it now prevents this. Yeah, but it's not the exact, yeah, it's basically the exact same thing. It's basically the exact same thing. Nothing so much different is happening here. But it does look interesting. I think even with this move, that could also be an idea of your opponent here. You could play this. Still a complex position, to be frank. Of course, if this happens, you go this way. Is it good? Yeah, it's fine. These are plausible lines. We have a lesson today. It's at 1. Yes, at 1. Okay. I almost forgot about my own shadows today. Ah, boy. Oh, boy. Why good? How you doing? Morning. Ah, I have some feeling. Give me a second. Oh boy. Meanwhile, I was feeling all that hot. Give me a second. I'm just posting the link. I forgot to do that. Doesn't that just suck sometimes? Nice outfit. Hey, Ananaya, how you doing? How am I not seeing your messages? It's afternoon. Give me a second. I'm not seeing it. It's not showing here. Give me a second. No, it started like 30 minutes ago. It started like 30 minutes ago. What's going on? It's still not showing. Why? Oh boy, it's gonna be okay. So, fuck. Oh yeah, you said did I just start? Yes, I recently started, but the tournament started around like 9:05. I don't know why the chat is not showing here because I wasn't seeing what you guys were saying. Okay. Ah, this is a move I did not consider. Then again, just bishop goes all the way back is also fine. Oh wait, it's not. Yeah, it is. It is. You're basically going to go takes first. Nyaba went for a queen trade. I missed that. Let me go back. Again, this is, I think, worth for black. Where did he go for the queen trade? So after queen f5. Oh. That was not even in what I was looking at. Aha, now I can see the chance. I was actually calculating something along these lines. Okay, maybe here is not so good, but this way. I don't think it's a good... It may be a good plan, but I think it's fine regardless, right? But I went for the queen trade. I don't know. This is going to lead to a very dicey position. I mean... I thought I froze for a second there. An interesting line too you could go for is this. And after takes... That's another interesting one. I'm looking at this because I want to like try and get this so that eventually we can hold the rook, sorry. Okay. Interesting. The worst option I think is to simply go takes, and then here. I think that's the worst option. 300 rating? No, he hasn't lost 300 rating. Black is playing for 2 results, yes. But in this position, I think it's either he's playing to lose or he's playing to draw. In this position, I don't think you're playing to win. Could be wrong. White seems more coordinated. I mean, you could also argue this, but anyways. Number has been 1800 for a while. Him coming to 1900 is actually a good thing. Yeah. Nope. There are special cases for which you can gain the candidate master title, and mostly it's at the Olympiad. It's mostly at the Olympiad. To go for that complex line, no, it's not forced. You could, what was I saying? Go this way. Allow your opponent to take and go for the activity. If he stops it this way, this is good for you. So ideally, he has to stop it this way. And a line I didn't mention is that you could actually go this way. Right? This keeps some cohesiveness in the position. If maybe, unless of course if you are saying that that's the only good line, then yes, it's forced. But if you can actually go for this, I think you're fine. Maybe there's something I'm missing in the whole line, but yeah. I don't see anything like after takes, king, pawn takes coming in here. I don't see what scary move your opponent can make, right? Like, I'm not saying that he can't play it. It just doesn't look comfortable, in my opinion. Because you have these double isolated pawns here, you have this isolated pawn here, you have this isolated pawn here, but you only have these connected pawns here. I mean, I play solid, so I'll prefer to go for that. Maybe it's crazy guys like you who go for such options. Wargo is an aggressive player, if I remember him well. He goes bishop c5. Interesting. So he still likes Wargo's idea. I personally wouldn't play it. says what? I mean, knight takes f3 is forced. Yes. The rest is negotiable. True. I just, again, you can play, but this just looks awkward. Let's see. Does the engine give this position? Like if we get this whole thing. Again, why doesn't it have to capture? But let's see if we give this whole thing to. It's still evenish. But again. Please, there's a tournament commentary stream, so if you send a challenge, I won't be accepting it. But okay, let's see. Maybe mine is worse. Let's look at my line and see if it's any better. So you take, you go back. Knight takes. Maybe knight takes is not that good of a move, but let's just try knight takes. Here, our opponent blocks this way, and then. I mean, whether he blocks, whether I move the bishop, I think it's the same thing. Then you come in here. Is this better? Yeah, this is slightly better for black. That's if it goes in this exact same line, right? But let's see, what's the counter to not taking the guy here? Yeah, it actually doesn't like it. It says knight takes a7 is good. But after rook c2, that's what my mistake is. Okay, after rook c2, you go bishop. Okay, so you're just down a pawn. Okay. Yeah, so that might be the only move. But who knows? Maybe this is playable. Yeah, bishop to d4 makes perfect sense. The reason why this move is effective is because the knight is hanging. Right? Yeah, so it's when you see these things that you realize why the move is necessary. So yeah, he's on the right track. Jeshron should be able to win this game, I guess. I'm hoping so. I mean, he's playing very advanced openings now. You should have streamed 50 seconds later. Yeah, there's a delay because my internet sucks. I don't know why black seems to be judging this position as good for him, but I don't see it in the same light. I mean, if this knight does come in here, it is a problem, but not really. So I don't know. Now we can just double on the file, right? Plays bishop? Oh. Again, still fine. Nothing different has happened. We can still get the same lines should everything happen the same way. Knight on e5 looks good, yeah. Of course, eventually, if we can double the rooks and this knight leaves this side, this is a very nice idea. It doesn't do much at this point, but maybe it could do something in the future. I don't think that's good. I'm talking about this whole idea of pushing forward. Okay, good. Knight on c5. I mean, it's just what's it called? What do we call these type of things? It's called a one move threat, and that's about it. Let's, for example, say this move is played. Here you have a one move threat. Sorry. Okay, it's not just a one move threat. Why was I thinking that pawn push made a difference? Who do I vote may win this tournament? Abdul Rahim Abdul Rahman Akintoye or Mariano Ortega. Those two are the most likely to win. Mariano, because he has won it like 2 or 3 times. And Abdul Rahim because he's Nigeria's number 1. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking that there's a problem with pawn push, but apparently I'm wrong. I hate the fact I have to speak like this before you can hear me clearly. I can't really just sit back. I have to bend in. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's the instrumentals I was playing? Give me a second. I know you guys are hearing something different. I'm hearing something different. Don't worry. It's all parts of life. Still no move. Okay. Let's see if Bernard has made any move since we left the game. No move has been made. Okay, so let's go back. Mariano won, right? Yeah, he won. The two people I said are most likely to win the tournament are playing against each other. Isn't that interesting? So maybe whoever wins this will determine who will win the whole thing. Maybe. I mean, we still have 4 rounds to go. Yeah, it is getting the way of the rook, but it's not going to be there forever. That's why I'm agreeing with him. Oh yeah, him. It puts immediate pressure on the pawn, the a7 pawn. I don't know what black can do in that time that is going to be good for him, because after it takes that pawn, it's targeting the c7 pawn. So moving the rook to attack the knight doesn't make much sense, in my opinion. We can go back to that game if you want to. Like, we can look at that position a little bit more. Gershon's game. Right? So, again, like I said, it's because I don't know what black is going to do here. But given the benefit of the doubt to the move, here we target this. Moving the pawn may not be a good idea. Right? And you can't defend it with this because you just take here. So, I don't see a way out. Right? Again, there could be something I'm not seeing, right? Which is why I'm thinking that the move is good or something of that sort. But maybe this is a move. Maybe this is an idea. Maybe it is. I mean, there's possibly something that black can do, which I can't see here. Yeah, it gives white a very significant advantage. This is a +2 advantage for white, right? But Warri Gold is having a point with the engine. I still feel like the knight move is not so bad, but the engine is more or less recommending that after, let's say, rook to b8, right, you go rook d to c1. You first want to double the rooks, or you want to create a rook battery, and then you continue from there. And the reason I think this is necessary, I'll show it. The reason I think it's necessary, I was thinking about the position before we came back, and if I can create the scenario I was talking about, if we go here again, I don't think this is like a very good reason, and then we take here, and then this happens. This could be a problem, right? Because rook here, then knight blocks. Again, I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. I think white is still completely winning here, but the alignment issue is what I was thinking about, right? But anyways, rook c1 feels more natural. You can play knight c5 later. True. Agreed. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. But I read that Ortega really spends a lot of time on his clock. He thinks a lot. Never said it's a bad thing, but he thinks a lot. I mean, for someone who is undefeated, it makes sense, right? They are both undefeated, actually. So let's look at their game. It's only 9 moves. Can you imagine? This looks like what's it called? That line in the Sicilian. Alapin. It looks like it. Or a reversed Alapin, if you want to call it that. Yeah, it does kind of look like that happening. Huh. I don't want to put it here because I want to put the bishop there. And I don't want to put it here because of pawn push. So what do we do? This looks like an annoying position. What do we do here? Oh, wait, pawn push. Yeah, pawn push is actually possible, yeah. You still can't take the knight. Feels off. Feels off. Why am I so tired? I slept. I really did sleep. Yeah. Obviously, that would be the best because everything doesn't seem to make sense. So yeah, him playing that is also fine. I think that you could also try and make a case for this move. Oh wait, yeah. Right. You could try and make a case for this move. As to whether it's good. Sorry, I forgot. It can't move yet, yeah. So 97. Abdul Rahim definitely isn't underestimating his opponent. But I'm just saying that he's playing very fast. The time advantage is really going to be negligible for him at the end. He seems to do fine even under time pressure. Okay, so now we have a chance to develop. Do we go bishop here to slide it this way? Or do we go like e3, d3? See what our opponent does. Maybe if he goes back. And then we go this way. You like white's position more. Maybe because you're looking at this. But for now, I don't really have a preference. I don't really have a preference as it starts now. As it stands now. No, let me not stop playing instrumentals. Let me play like loud music. Minjin thinks it's evenish. Yeah, I'm missing it. You prefer black? I don't have a choice yet. I just want to see the game develop a bit. White seems to be going for this aggressive queenside assault, right? So I don't know. And mostly playing aggressive like this is often not a good or a safe way to play. Like, since he's not castled. But Magnus Carlsen said something one time. He said that if you are three moves from castling, you are in trouble. If you are two moves from castling, it's dicey. No, I think if you are 3 moves from castling, it's troublesome. If you are 1 move from castling, it's no. If you are 2 moves from castling, then it's a dicey situation. And if it's 1 move from castling, then you are safe. Yeah, queenside assault. That's what we say. At least that's the most common term I hear. Queenside assault, queenside attack, everything is fine. I mean, chess has a very annoying terminology base. I mean, for us modern speakers, in the past it was completely fine, but now it's completely annoying. I can't tell you the number of times I've tried to teach forks, and then my students just start cracking up laughing. So I always have to find a different way of saying that word, because they make it sound awkward. Like penetrating your opponent's defenses, the knight is forking the queen. They always start cracking up, and I'm like, come on, guys, let's be serious. Let's be simple about it. But they just seem to like laughing. So I mean, some things in chess chess should be changed. We have to change some terms. I know it's a war-based game, so those terms make sense. But the kids keep pissing me off. But yeah, I'm a chess coach, yeah. So takes. But the line opening here is exactly. Black's position is slowly going to unveil itself. And I mean, Warigold, activity is a very key element of chess, so I don't think it can be understated how necessary it is, right? That you are calling the shots in a game. I just worry about I'm just waiting for the kings to castle and see what happens then. I'll give my judgment after the king's castle. Oh yeah, I mean, I personally wish, I mean, chess is now kind of like catching on in Ghana. Right now, the audience for chess in Ghana is like really wide, right? Because now it's at first like it's like anime in Ghana, right? During my time, to know anime was like crazy. It's like rare to find someone who knows anime. So mostly when you find anime friends, you are this secret group that binds, and then you are just like 3 or 4 people in a school of about 1,000 students. But now you just casually walk around and see people watching anime, right? So chess is becoming sort of like it's having a wider audience in Ghana. If you look at someone like Maxwell, it doesn't look like he coaches for money per se. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but he seems to. I don't know, I just like Maxwell because he seems to be very, very. He seems to be very, very. I don't know. There's just something about the way he does his stuff that I like. It's like if you give that guy anything, it's gonna work. He has this certain attitude that I kind of admire about him. You also like to coach? Hey, that's cool. I mean, sometimes it's very difficult when they reach 1600 to coach them, because I can't tell you why I'm 1800 right now. I can't, right? I can't tell you why I'm 1800 right now. All I know is that I kept playing and eventually I got to 1800, but I can't really tell you how I got to 1800. I can tell you how I got to 1600, but I can't tell you how I got to 1800. That's the funny part, right? Oh, come on. I want to move. I want to know what's going on. I want this game to make more sense to me before I move on. Like, okay, what if Black castles here? Are we going to take or are we going to lock up the position? Because I feel like if Black captures here and we take, I know what you're thinking. Wait, we are losing a pawn. But I'm just wondering, like, is opening up the file here a very big problem that we can create? That's kind of like where my mind is at. Okay, rook. Again, we are down a pawn, so we have to be very like. Okay, so rook, bishop comes in. No, bishop can't come in. So bishop comes in this way. Our opponent is about to dodge us. What can we do in this time frame? Yeah, I mean. Oh, so you're able to teach from 1600 to 1800. I think that, you know, you don't think that sacrificing for the... I want to be confirmed. And then are you saying that you don't... Sorry, Johan. Are you saying that you don't think that it's a good idea to sacrifice the pawn and go for this activity? Is that what you're saying? And why we go 1600? Yeah, you mentioned that. Right now, I think I don't know, maybe 1600, you have to now start actually studying games or something. I don't know. Yesterday, I was asking John Bartholomew. He streamed yesterday. He's my mentor. Not like on a personal basis. I've just eaten most of his videos, so on and so forth, right? So I was watching his stream yesterday, and he was giving advice on chess improvement. I asked him specifically for me because I'm at 1800. I have to study end games, and I don't know, like, how do I study the end games? How do I go about it? Because all my games seem to end up in the end games. And this is my first time I actually heard about it. But he said that you have to study theoretical end games, and then you have to learn practical end games. That is, you have to take end games that were played in history, like very key end games that were played in history. It doesn't matter if the both sides didn't play the most optimal way. But the whole point of studying those end games is to understand the mindset of the players as they were playing that end game, which is another key. Like I've never heard that before. Like I know about the technical end games, you know, like the Lucina, the Philidors, those type of end. I know about that, but I've never thought about end games like that. I thought you always have to find a game where the perfect like kind of play has been made. So yeah, it's a lot harder at this stage. In Lichess, please clarify. In Lichess, but you're saying at 2000 in. Yeah, I'm talking about for end games. For end games, I thought like in studying end games, you just need to know rook, king versus pawn, king versus pawn, two pawns versus king and 2 pawns versus king and 1 pawn, king versus 1 pawn on both sides of the board, king versus 2 pawns, king versus 3 pawns, 1 on both sides of the board, like that kind of thing, right? I know about that, but I didn't think about studying end games as looking at practical end games that we play. Mostly when I think about learning from players, I think about learning opening to middle game, right? The ideas they went for, but I never thought about studying the end game in that regard, right? Oh, you gotta go, Ananaya? Hey, Johanna. Okay. Bye. I think by now, what time was it for you when I was streaming that time? Maybe probably he has school or something. I don't know. Or his sister's about to catch him. One of them. But yeah, so I'm talking about the whole technical end games aspect. I do know about studying the games of players. I mean, I mentioned games I've studied. I'm talking about end games. Like the Hikari game I always mention. There's some landing games that I've studied. I also study Hans Niemann's Jobava's and even Baduo Jobaba's Jobava. But other than that, like I never looked at the end games in that way. But I hate studying the end game. Just understand that if there's a part of chess I don't enjoy, it's the end game. It's so annoying and it pisses me off. Still, there's no move. Okay, let's move on. It's like saying learning English is knowing the alphabet. I get where you're coming from. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. Knight f3. Wait. I didn't take notice of it. Wait, knight f3, knight f6, d4, d5, bishop f4. To all my landing system haters, you can leave the stream now. Yeah. But I don't like this line. I don't like. This line I don't like. And I've explained it extensively. So, for example, while we go, this is one understanding of endgames that I have, right? So, again, when you want to understand like pawn structures and stuff, and endgames and stuff, sometimes you have to take off all the pieces. So, when you take off all the pieces from this board, and let's say we get an exchange here, what do you realize? What we realize here is that we have a 2 on 2, and then a 5 on 5, right? So, we have a what do you call it? Equal number of pawns on both sides of the board, right? And in these types of endgame, it's very drawish. So we need what we call an imbalance to give you chances to win. So you don't want these symmetrical. You don't want these symmetrical types of positions because they are very drawish in nature. So you want to give an imbalanced position, and that's why we expect, like, we like this one, right? Because now if you take and you trade off everything of the board, you see we have a 4 on 2. Yeah, we have a 4 on 2, and then we have a 4 on 3 here, right? So that's kind of like how I see it. Oh, sorry. And the second thing about this position is that normally in the end game, you want your king to be on your weak side, right? Not on your strong side. You want your king to be on your weak side. You don't like the scientific part of chess. I don't know. Those things are much easier for me to remember or to work with. Mostly what I learn in chess is how to break the rules. I think I know the rules, but it's how to break the rules that I have the problems. But endgame is too technical. Like, you know, I've gotten to the point where I can close my eyes and play the opening. I'm not advising that I do that, but you know, there was a point in my life I was thinking I have to play every move accurately. But I realize now that there are some slightly bad moves that you can make in the opening, and it doesn't really affect the end game. So yeah. Oh wait, this is actually a very good position for black. So again, like Josh has been saying on the page quite a number of times, c5 is a very good way to play against the landing. And mostly the person who pushes the pawn, if you've noticed that thing, the person who pushes the pawn is the one who has the better position, right? Because then you have to initiate the trade, and this is actually very good for black. So with this retreating move, black is actually better here. Black has equalized. The moment you see the move queen to c6, black has equalized. Sorry, b6. It's an equalizing move. And now black is fine. So already white is in a slightly bad position. But like I was saying, even though this has happened, it doesn't mean it's the end of the whole, like it's the end of the world. There was a time if I'm playing, I'm shouting a lot. There's time if I'm playing and I make such a mistake, I'll be like, oh damn, my game is over. But now I realize, I mean, I can close my eyes and sort of play the opening because of the current understanding I have of the game of chess. I was shouting for some reason, I don't know. The music is so loud in my ear. I was trying to switch the music, so give me a second. Let me play this. check bishop to f5. Yeah, bishop to f5, yeah. Oh, there's a tactic with bishop to f5. I don't know if it works here. Yes, the landing system doesn't remember if this works. I know if you take, there's a problem with like queen takes here. Yeah, there is. This is actually a move. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it works here. Even me, I often miss this whole bishop f5 idea. I often play this move, which is okay, but it doesn't take full advantage of the position, right? So if you're playing this whole thing as white, it would be like this. I learned this from learning the Carlsbad structure, where you can like do this. Sorry. You are playing the landing, and your opponent sort of copies you. Then you go in this way, have this line here. Some of them go c6 here. Then you simply go here. Then they come in here. Then you go pawn push. This is the same, called like the same line. But I can see the difference between black and white, because white has the initiative. This move has already been made, so he doesn't really have the option of this. And if he goes all the way back, this is a problem, right? So that's the whole kind of difference. But anyway, anytime you see these kinds of position, the person who has to push the person who pushes the pawn is the one who is winning the position, right? Or the person who has to trade the queens is the one who is losing the position. Very interesting transpositional understandings of chess. Also, he did play it, but he retreated. We have this move, and already black is in a very nice position. This is a very good position for black. This can end in a draw, but the most likely option is that black is playing for a win. And I mean, that's cool, right? That's what we want to. That's what we want to be in chess. So he takes his time, goes for this. Ideally, want to go like b4, b5. So he has to move the queen back. Maybe he's going to go this way and then go this way. And like I said, mostly those who try to counter-attack on your strong side, it often doesn't work. What normally works is getting like e4. Black is chilling, not just happy. Black is chilling. Like black is having a cocktail at the beach. Like black is killing it. And what I'm saying is that the best way I've seen to kind of like try and counteract this is in the center. Don't counter here. Don't try and start an attack. They all don't work. But this is the current position. Yeah, so he did this. This is exactly what you want to do. So let's go back a bit. Yeah, so this is what you want to actually aim for. Going for your own attack just doesn't work in this position. Closing the position is also not that good of an idea. You want to break open the center and counter in the middle, right? Me thinking he brought the knight back to capture this way. White is making headway. Black no longer has the attack. Black can try for it, but it's no longer going to be as effective. So I think black has done a good job in equalizing the position. Sorry, white. Yeah, you're saying that. Yeah, I think you're talking about in that position, right? You just go back and then you just start pushing the pawns. But he didn't seem to get that. I think at a point, from what it looks like in this position, let's see. Wait, let's see how black went about it. So we got this good position. We castled. Then he trades off. Bishop takes. He brings the rook in, which may not have been the best move. Yeah. I think he didn't play well here. So the rook comes in. I don't think the rook is supposed to come in. I don't know why the rook is coming in. I get it. Like, I get it, but I don't know why it's coming in now, right? When is this going to open up? Again, I know the saying goes, I've made that saying quite a number of times, but when is this going to make an impact? I think you always have that time to make that move. So maybe what you'd have wanted to do maybe is this and then start. Because the rook move seems very slow. Yeah, and the knight comes back. Like, why does the knight come back here? I'm criticizing the play because this is my opening. So I think I have a decent understanding to ask questions. Because what I do know is that this is crucial. And you don't want to allow your opponent to get a comfortable breaking of the position. And your knight here prevents it for a while. your opponent will have to make extra moves to kind of stop it, but not in this position. Or can you give me like a very strong reason why it's necessary in this specific position? In this specific position. And let me just turn on the engine and watch the engine agree with you, right? I get the whole like alignment with the queen, developing this, making way for the bishop, all that kind of stuff, right? Let's just watch the engine agree with you. Yeah, knight e4 is the best move here. a5 is also a move here. Those are the moves. I wasn't thinking about knight e4. Oh, but knight e4 makes perfect sense because knight e4, if your opponent trades off, you kind of like lock the position up if you can. So that I can agree with. But I don't think playing rook here now is all that necessary. You can do it, but I don't think it's all that necessary. Right? But again, what is really questionable is, like you are saying, knight to d7. I think knight to d7 is really questionable because you kind of miss this. And like, even if you bring the knight here, all you're doing is attacking this guy. And how does that solve the position? Right? I don't know. Maybe there's something he's afraid of. And this is what gives his opponent enough of an opportunity to come in this way. Yeah. Yeah, and this, yeah. And this is the thing about time in chess. Time is an element that's very difficult to understand. But he had to he had to keep his opponent thinking, but his opponent kept him thinking. Yes, you do. But the way he went about it was, I think he went about it wrong. If his opponent takes here, he's completely fine. Just take back. Yes, I know it's a close position. Knights are better than bishops, but this is just like, yeah, it's true. He played on principle. I think he played on principle here. And by that, what I mean is that he felt the knight would be much better at creating opportunities on the queen side. So he didn't want to lose the knight here because maybe it's possible he felt that if he plays this and then this happens, he's going to be in trouble. Maybe he felt that was the issue. Okay, makes sense. Again, I'm not for this queen here. I want the queen here. Oh, okay, that's another reason why I want to move the rook first, so that the queen can come in here without blocking the rook. That's also fine. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot you can learn from this position. Again, it doesn't mean that black is losing in any way, shape, or form. In the end game, somebody can blunder, but at this point, white may be slightly better. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, very good. I just realized that. Okay, let's go to Kennedy. Kennedy is my guy. Kennedy is playing against Balogun. So he's playing on the back foot here. Let's just see that. Let's see what he played. E4, E5. Petrov. Okay. I hear Petrov is very good, but I've not learned it yet. I have to start learning E4 openings again. I've been too much on D4 for some time now. I've been setting D4 and C4 for a while now. Maybe I have to get back to C4. To E4. The funny thing about what people think about me is that I only play I only play landing. That's the funniest thing that most people think about me. Symmetrical position. Symmetrical. Okay, maybe this is the only thing that's lacking, right? This thing is looking like a draw. Like the moment I saw the symmetry and I saw the pawn structure, I was like, damn, this is just drawing. They'll play the end game. It depends on who is good at the end game. That's what determines what's going on here. Like really, there's nothing much going on here. If knight takes, of course, we are just happy taking with our queen. We double up here. All good. I don't see any aggressive options here. This game just... Any interesting games today? Not so far. Not so far. Most of the game seems very... Okay, wait, there's just one. That's Ortega's game. With this... Oh, he finally did something. So he took. So he's feeling confident in like opening this up. Or knight coming in here. Or queen taking. But welcome, Flavio. Yeah, Flavio, your friend. What happened to her? I've forgotten her name. She doesn't stream anymore. Oh, no. No. I have to ban the word London. So nobody can insult the London ever again. Guys, don't forget that Aman Hambledon plays the Lion. Jeshron's game is interesting. What was Jeshron's game again? Okay, yeah, Jeshron is having a winning position. Oh, so we got this. I'm thinking of a line, that's why. Like, would I just take? Go takes. Sorry. Take, go takes. Pawn takes and then jump this way. Nah, it doesn't work. I was thinking, nah, it doesn't work. Oh, that's fine. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. No problem. But whenever you stream, I'll definitely drop one. But I was asking, like, your friend, I've forgotten her name. She used to stream, but it's been a while. Like, she stopped around the same time you stopped streaming as well. I think I don't know if you remember her name. I don't remember her name. I just trying to find out like how is she doing? Because it's been a while since she streamed. Of course, like streaming is not your main thing. I mean, it's like a pastime for you, like for you guys. I mean, so I don't know. I've actually even forgotten her username. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm referring to. Sorry. So we got here. So wait, he did take. Wait. I'm trying to remember. I really can't remember the name. You introduced me to her. I don't know if there's only one photography streamer you've introduced me to, so I have no idea which one. Trying to remember the name. I just can't remember the name. Okay. So takes comes in here. The knight jumps back. But that encourages... I don't get it. Why not just take? Why not just take here? What am I missing? Oh, knight takes back. Okay. Knight takes back rather. Okay. But won't you even like this position? Like, very good. Won't you like this kind of position? You've put the knight all the way to the back here. And you can slowly, like, make some progress, right? I would like this. You can't play any moves. Like, okay, fine. You block here. I come in here. I can just, like, slide this way. Target this guy. Like, what are you doing in this game of chess? Are you even playing chess at this point? Ooh, 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 oh, don't you just love it? Yeah. Oh well, I think his opponent might be collapsing at this point. He's gonna have a good time. Congrats. to him. He's having a good time. Like I'm scared of these kids. They just seem to be growing so quick. Like the more I'm not taking my training seriously, the more the harder it's going to become to qualify for phase 2, right? All I want to do is qualify for phase 2 at this point. I mean, he is just like creating options for himself. Pawn push, knight takes, and now you're just, I mean, you can see that it's actually worked for him, right? So he can actually take with his knight here if he wants to, attacking the rook, then takes this one as well, right? Like you have nothing to do here. Yeah, so just go takes here. Your opponent, okay, actually yes. Nah, he doesn't, because you go this way and I go pawn push. Going this way doesn't even matter to me. I can take if I want to. Like, it's just completely fine. Maybe next year. No, I really want to do it this year. If I don't get, if I can, like Worry Gold, you played in the Nationals last year, right? Not to insult, but like you saw how good how neutral the kids were, right? They weren't impressive. Like for their age, they are playing well in regards to like Ghanaian context, right? They are playing well, but they are not like overly over the top good. Right, but like to see them playing like this in just like what 3 months, that's like crazy. If you leave these guys next year, Worry Gold, you may not even get a chance to qualify. They are going too fast. Yeah, this is a completely winning position. It's completely winning. I'll take, like, there's no point in holding on to the, oh wait, actually no. Okay, you can takes and then you jump back, and if your opponent, okay, he can do this, yeah, so maybe you don't want to do that. It's too easy. You are still winning, but you lose a lot of potential. Ah, yes. So you go this way. Yeah. Oh, last year was bad for me. Plus, I didn't play most of them. The one I played against, I mean, like, did you see my round 1 video? Because round 1 I was terrible. Round 1 I was terrible. Round 2 I did decent. Round 2, I played against, the only kid I played against was, what's his name? Is it Manum or something like that? Yeah, I played against Manum. And, I mean, I was blundering throughout that game. And even with all that, I was still, like, winning. It's just at some point in time, I got so scared and I just decided, I know what, I'm just going to, not scared that he was winning, scared that I would blunder. It's in the video, you can check it out. So I just resigned. I just offered a draw, right? But last year, didn't I get 5.5? Come on, bro. If I'm on my mood, I don't think that they are that close. So that's last year, not this year. Worry Gold wants to embarrass me on stream. He's like, oh, they are playing bad. It's like, bro, you didn't even get, how many points did I get? 4? I got 3 or 4 out of 6 out of 9. It was terrible. It was terrible last year. I'm trying to confirm. How many points did I get? I really do hope the President's Cup happens this year. I would like to play in it. If I'm able to play in more tournaments during the year, it will help me. But mostly I'm not able to, so. What did I get last year? Last year was bad for everyone. Maybe. How many points did I get? Yeah, I had 4 points. Yeah, I didn't do well at all. I didn't do well at all last year. Oh, so he did it. Yeah, this is the move I was talking about. Yeah. So you play pawn push, your opponent takes, you take back, and now the bishop is lacking in space. You could do this, but then in that case, I think we just take. Sorry again. If you do this, I think in this case we just go takes, and we give this to you because at this point these guys are just far ahead. I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about this. I think I'll go king up. If he takes, that allows you to play, for example, this move, push the king back one rank, and then you can keep doing something like this. Maybe I'm overestimating this position. I think this can be drawn. It's not easy, but I think this position can be drawn. Yeah, so that's this. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening in the game. Actually, you know, what about just trying to push this guy? I've not looked at that line at all. Of course, you can't just be willingly. Your opponent's going to try and like create problems for you. But how about just trying to get this guy forward? Because it seems like if we can get this guy forward, a lot of problems are solved. Because if you can get this guy like here, then you go like knight takes. Your opponent can't just like easily jump with this. Yeah, I know it's winning, but I'm trying to be like so like clinical about it, because it seems like if we go for the line I was recommending first, black has chances. Maybe not, I don't know. What? I think I'm fine with this. Sorry, not this. Wait, I've always been calculating it the other way around. What about this? Isn't this just fine? Oh well. What's going on? I think we are, again, he's still completely winning. I'm just, it's like we have misplaced priorities here. He's going this way. I think that's where his plan is. I don't know about all this. It feels off. Again, he's still winning, but it just feels off. I'm trying to figure out like if there's a way he wants to. I don't know, it feels awkward. I mean, black can't really play much. You can even just waltz your way in here, right? But if you come in here and your opponent like tries to stop you, you have pawn push with pawn push again, and then you come in here. I mean, it's very strange. This rook is very useless as it stands now. And the sad thing is that you want to sack these guys, but they're on light squares. Yeah, like he's literally chilling. This is not the kind of position you want. If I turn the engine, it should say +4, +5. Yeah. +4.7. This is too good. Black is down the road, yeah. That's the best way to put it. Because like the king can just waltz in, right? You can even lose this pawn. Damn. Like he's that desperate. He's so desperate he plays this move. which is actually a very bad move. Like, you are not freeing anything, you're rather helping your opponent here. I think, like, what did you accomplish here? So we can start pushing this guy, right? That's it. We are fine. Let's just start pushing this guy. Boom. If you push, we don't really care about it, but you can't even push in the first place. So let's just stay here and watch him finish the game. How many of you want to bet that his opponent is going to use the 1 hour? Oh boy. He just played d5, nice. Oh, Black wishes he could do something. Now, so if ever you've heard that if you've ever heard something in chess like your opponent has no moves, this is what we are talking about. Like, you can see him moving, but technically he has no moves. Imagine you have a car, you have a house, you have multiple business ventures, and yet they don't get you any income. The second point deserves some attention too. This is so sad. Like, why is he still playing? This is so sad. Like, you like, this is so sad. This is too sad. Like, I'm literally feeling bad for Black watching this game being played. Like, I really feel bad for him. This is it's so sad. It's too bad. Like, I just, like, oh my god. It's so bad. I know what he's going to do here. He's going to play rook. And you know what's even funny about that whole position? Oh, he doesn't even do that. He allows it to actually get here. Ooh, that's sad. Like, to allow it to get here, it's even worse. Right? Because the moment I come in here, if you come in here, I'm coming this way, and it's just over. It's so sad. Like, you don't, this is what I was saying, that like, you come in here, and the reason I was saying that this is so sad is because even if you do this, I'm just literally coming to walk. I'm just walking in here. I'm just walking. Oh boy. Hey, this is sad. Oh, Jeshron, this is going, he's going to put this game for the rest of his life. He's going to put this game for the rest of his life. It's sad. It's sad. I get what you're saying, that if he does this, you can still play this, because if you take, I promote. But I'm talking about the fun part of it, right? Make my opponent think he's actually stopping me from playing this, but then I'm just slowly going to bring my king in, just to show my opponent how bad his position is. I'm just going to walk my king here. Just walk my king in, just to show my opponent how bad his position is. It's good to remind your opponent that he's losing. You know, sometimes when I'm playing OTB tournament, right, and I'm in a confusing position, and people surround my board, I don't, even though I have a move to play, I don't make a move. And the reason is simple. I don't want to see post reactions to my move. I don't want to know I've made a bad move. What I was playing a tournament, and I was winning. I sacrificed the rook, and I was having a very aggressive position. So I think most of the games had finished, and majority of people were on my board because I was like a newcomer, and I was beating a very strong opponent. Then I made a move, and then I heard someone at the back of me shout, "Efitele." Now that's just gone for he has spotted. Like he has messed up the position. It killed all my vibe. Since then, anytime I'm playing and then people surround my board, I wait for them to leave or to lose interest in the position. I hate it when people surround my board. Is he now realizing that he's actually lost, or he didn't? Is he now realizing it, or he never realized it? Someone's wondering why is he nodding his head offbeat? Because I'm not listening to the music on the stream. +9, +7, +7. This is the position where engine evaluation can never save you. I mean, the handshake was in order over here. The handshake was in order over here. Or he's planning stalemate. I'm sure I'm being disrespectful here. It's not good to, as a commentator, you shouldn't be doing this. But this is not a paid commentary stream, so I'll be as indecent as I want. Oh, please, don't, come on. Look, people are going to be walking around this table and seeing this position. I think there should be a rule in chess. What do you guys think about this? Where it's obvious that you are losing. I don't know if it is there. If it's there, just let me know. Like, it's obvious that you are losing. Like, you have no chance of winning. And you just keep, like, you spend so much time on the move. Right? This just accept that you've lost the position. Like, we are vetoing this game and saying that black has lost. Something like that. Lots of games will end early. I mean, clearly, not like there are chances. Like, this is a clear one, you know? Disagreed. Okay, you guys want to torture your opponents, I see. Again, like I'm saying, there are some positions where it's not clearly lost. So that one, they can't just interfere. But I mean, opponents may blunder, yeah, right? How do you blunder this position? Please show me how you blunder a position like this. How do you blunder a position like this? I don't see. Okay, fine. You can't blunder a position like this, but like a decent chess player is not going to start playing rook takes knight here and then messing up. It reminds me of that. Is it Magnus Carlsen versus Ali Reza game? I've forgotten what happened. I've forgotten what the result of the game was or whatever. But then they considered the game a stalemate because there was a line where there could be a stalemate, even though it was obvious that Magnus was losing or something of that sort. And the arbiter demonstrated it on the board that White has to willingly send himself to the corner of the board and allow himself to be stalemated, and that's why it's acceptable. I was like, what? I think he lost on time, but the position was winning for him or something. I forget. Okay. Let's just leave this game. I was expecting that he would have done something by now, but he's not doing anything. Ah, well. Wow. Today nobody's waiting. Everybody's on the action. So the idea, I think, is knight here with checkmate, right? Yeah, because even if you like try and do this, you get hit with check. You come in here. You can come in here. And then stuff. Rook first. Nyamiba's game. Ah, wait. I was trying to figure out the position. Okay, what happened in Nyamiba's game? Wait, what? What happened? Oh, Yamiba, let's flip the board. Ah, yes, now I remember the game. Bishop comes in. We get this position I said is bad. He defends it. He's about to double. Pawn push. Bishop back takes. Bishop takes. Knight jumps back. I mean, he's down a pawn, but it's not a big deal because of these double isolated pawns. So he's most likely going to get the pawn back. I mean, if he trades off everything, then it becomes a clear draw. Either that or black is actually more likely to win this position. But this is more or less a drawish position. If that's what you're asking, Yamiba. I feel like this is a drawish position. I mean, of course, I'm making it a bad move. You could just do this, right? I was just also thinking about this if this is fine. But I mean, this is drawish. This is drawish. I don't see much happening here. I don't see much happening here. The games are really going fast today because it started at it's been 2 hours. Sorry, it started at 9, so it's been 2 hours. I think it's just been 1 hour. No problem. Hopefully one day I'll play you in an OTB tournament. This year's nationals, I'm expecting to be one of the biggest nationals in Ghana. Because I'm sure Josh is going to play. I know you are going to play. Maxwell may not play. I pray Aisha will play. Redha might be killer this year. And a lot of the UG squad, who I think are now in 400, I think they'll play. So I feel like this might be the biggest nationals. And I want to gain like a 100 rating points this year. Let's get 1800 FIDE and be free with it. Okay. So we look at Onipite. Yeah, this game we said it's just... I will never speak against a position again. How did this happen? Wow. I did not see this possibility. I was just thinking it's a straightforward capture, which leads to a draw his position. But he creates an opportunity here. Threatens mate. G6. You can't take because it's pinned. And after takes. Do I think I will qualify? This is my honest opinion. If I can train 2 hours a day, and I kid you not about this, I don't think I'm overestimating myself. This is my honest evaluation of myself. If I can train 2 hours a day from now till December, I can qualify for phase 2. I may not win, I may not qualify for the Olympiad, but I can at least qualify for phase 2. It should be possible if I can train 2 hours a day. Because I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I don't play tactics. You can check like my tactics record. It's not an everyday thing. Sometimes like once a month or like once every 3 months. Right? I don't train every day. And mostly I play blitz. I rarely play rapid. But when I was seriously playing chess, I played 2 15 plus 10 a day. Then longest no I've ever had. Of course, the point I'm saying is that I'm not going to be training that hard. So yeah, you get the whole point. You get the point, right? You get the point. I'm definitely not going to be training like that. Because I used to play like 2 to 3 15 plus 10 chess games a day. But once or twice in a month, I would play a unrated, like 1800 and below. Is it 800 and below or 2000 and below tournament on chess.com? 15 plus 10 tournament on chess.com. But these days I don't do that. I rarely ever train. And that's what makes me lose. But anyways, it's fine. So it's like, why was I complaining about last year's game? I mean, sad thing was that like the whole of last year, because I knew what people were thinking, I've actually been creating a whole repertoire against this. Like people keep on saying that, oh, let's keep the landing system. This is enough to stop the landing system. I'm like, okay, this is the best move, but it's annoying to play. So I've been creating a line against this whole thing. So like, what you think I shouldn't do, I'll do it, but I know the line better than you. So you can even check my games. It's on the channel. I created a whole variation against it, and it almost beat Maxwell. He keeps speaking like he was some crazy guy. It's almost beat him. He should go and sleep. Yeah. So let's go back here. If he's watching the stream, I'm saying it again. He was in a bad position. I just didn't know how to play the position. It's amazing how he created all this, because now I think Kennedy's in a bad position. Was that really necessary? Was F6 really necessary? Couldn't he have like tried to go this way? Like knight here, knight here. Like what was he afraid of? What was he worried about? Because I think this is the actual move that made him have a bad position. Because again, I'm not seeing the full idea. If I could see the whole idea, maybe this is not a good idea. Because I'm looking at if you want to try and like come in and attack your opponents like this. That's what I'm thinking about. Let me see if F6 is actually the best move. It is the best move. Like I don't get this thing sometimes. So watch, let me just find out what I'm missing. Maybe it's an obvious thing that I'm not seeing, but let's just find out. Is it just the check? Wait, let me just see if I can figure it. Where's my almost trophy? It's in my dreams. I hold it every night. But I do have trophies, except they are not for me. It's for the University of Ghana. I was part of the school team. Yeah, I think I'm right. But if the king comes in here, I think there's something like this. No. Yeah, because all of a sudden it's bad for black. It says plus 0.5. I'm still not convinced here. Like, I just need some crazy, it's not motivation. I need something. Like, I just wish I can get it so that I can train hard. Because whenever I say that I want to do well in the national, it's not a joke statement I'm making. Like, it's a serious thing I'm trying to say, and I really want to work towards it, but I just can't seem to find. Okay, maybe I should just use the word motivation. I just can't find the motivation to do it. It's not like when I was in senior high school. Like, senior high school, I was really like interested in improving. And I mean, there's no way I'll win it if I don't if I don't fix my weaknesses. It's a very sad thing, but I don't know. I just can't. I'm motivated to do other things except that. I don't know why. Sometimes I think it's a sign that I should just give up on becoming good at chess, but I don't know. I just can't seem to. Like, I can sometimes just boot up like games and positions that I want to learn. Like 10 minutes, I'm just done. But there are some other things. Like, before the stream, I was watching a 3-hour documentary on like theology. Like, I'm more interested in those kind of things right now. And so like I even go like a whole and watch just 10-hour documentaries. But there's no motivation for the chess. But I really like that, and that's the sad thing. Like, I really want to do well in the nationals, right? It's very funny. Wait, it's not so bad anymore. If this knight can get active, I think black will be looking good. Everyone needs motivation. I have to find. Maybe I have to find. Maybe Maxwell has to be my motivation. I have to beat him with the landing system or something. I don't know. Like, I've done everything I wanted to do. If you think about it, like, everybody I wanted to beat, I've beaten. Everything I wanted to do, I've done. Right? If I tell my chess story sounds like an anime movie. Like an anime series. It's so funny. Everybody I wanted to beat, I've beaten. Oh boy. Next game. Oladapo. We've had this structure throughout this tournament. Do we play bishop takes? No, we don't. This game has been full of sacrifices. Like, not sacrifices, but like strange like moves. It's like, just take my bishop, bro. What I don't like about some of these moves is that, are you just making it to taunt your opponent into taking? If that's all you're gaining from it, then I don't think it's a good move. But obviously, of course, that's not the only reason he's playing this move, is because he's opening this as well. Check. It's a crazy game. It's a crazy game. Is it over? Yeah, this is just over. Because you take here, queen takes. You take here, this is also check. This is also close to mate. Then what again? What else is there? I think it's just over. I think just mate in a few. Yeah, mate in 6. Damn. That was crazy. White really went for it. Yeah, he resigns. Oh, let's see. Has he finally given up? This game is still going on? Okay, now he has the queen, but like, why is this game still going on? Okay. Bro, so why are you still playing? Check and you win the bishop. No, just win the bishop and then make your opponent give up on life. Just let him give up on life. There's no stalemate here. Like, I'm sure this game is still going. I thought that it would have ended by now. That's why I was like, let's check it out. Or he wants to win the rook rather. Come on, Diarra. Like, just accept it. This is just... Or he's going to be the first... No, he's not the first person to leave the board. Yeah, two people are leaving the board. You're not the first. You can just leave. Don't touch it yourself. I mean, he could also just be walking it off, right? Like, what is walking it off? You are just making random moves and trying to get over the fact that you lost, rather than just leaving the game and have your thoughts with you. You just walk it off on the board so that when you get out of the board, you've walked. Yeah, okay. Okay, we've looked at Bernard's game quite a bit. Olapite. Hey, sorry, that's Lapite. I thought it's Olapite, not Lapite. Okay. Oh, we have an advanced French. Wait, French, yeah? Wait, no, Caro-Kann. Advanced Caro-Kann. I know the Caro-Kann because of Toby. I primarily trained with Toby. That's like the former national champion. She was my mate. And she made me train with her for the Caro-Kann for one of her tournaments. So that's how I kind of know the Caro-Kann. Other than that, I've not played much of it. Okay. We have something to work with here as white. There's so much weaknesses on your opponent's side. It may not be so easy to take advantage of it, but at least you have something to work with. I don't think about this. I'm thinking about just coming back this way and then using the bishop. Boy. So queen back and then here. You are leaving? Is that what I see? Okay, no problem. Thanks for the engagement as well. Like, thanks for talking in the chat. I enjoy that part of the streams more. Yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow. But I'll only stream the first round in the morning. Sunday there's a break. But I'll stream the first one. Peace. I've already responded to that. Mhm. Oh boy. Takes. Oh boy. For the this thing is still going on. I think you see it. Yeah, you see it. Anyways, it's fine. If you see this, fine. It's no problem. Normally, you don't see this when it shows, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the women's championship is still going on. I don't think taking is a good idea here. I think it's the hanging point structure, right? Yeah. Can we just make this move freely? Because we kind of open this up. I'd love to play this, but it's annoying. So do we just take it? Pawn takes may not be the move that will be played. I think queen takes with h5, h4. I don't know. You could also just play this with aims of this as well. But it might be too weakening considering the fact that your opponent's lines are opening here. Or do we just go bishop here first and then we attempt this idea? That could definitely be a consideration. And that'll be bad because we have this, right? Yeah. I don't think that's good. What could be the idea here? Coming in here is not even an issue. So the moves I'm thinking about for white are like h3, maybe bishop to b2, and then takes. But I don't think takes is actually where you want to go to. Bishop to b2 and then h3. Those are the two moves of the engine. Okay, so we're on track here. There's no like rush move that builds up that big of an advantage, which is like why I'm like saying that about the moves. I'm now realizing why I don't want knight here, because after takes here, this is a problem. This game is over. Did I ever see this game? No. But we see this almost similar position in the Ortega game. So you just move the rook. Wow. I mean, after all this attack, then the position ends up being this way. You'd expect something much more chaotic, but hey, that's it about it. D4, knight f6, c4. Okay, king's Indian defense. 4 points attack. I think you take with the... You can allow your opponent to take so I can play knight d4, but yeah. Okay. 4 points attack. Can play... I mean, I think his target is to come in this way, but I can just play a4. Sorry, a3, so that if the knight comes in there... Okay, it takes his time. Okay. Very chaotic. Okay. We don't have pawn push here. So this is the current position. I don't know which side I would pick here. I just don't know which side I'll pick here. Whose move is it? Is it white or black? Black's move. Both kings are weak, but probably black's king might be slightly weaker. Maybe this is an idea. Right, because in some lines you can play this to put pressure here. The bishop is also here to put pressure on this side. So I'm looking at ideas involving those kinds of movements. But yeah, I think I'm missing this, right? Pawn push is actually very plausible here. So what do you do after pawn push? We attack the queen. Yes. That's it. But it's not now. So that means you can't play pawn push now. Yeah, but how do you do that though? Now that I think about it, how do you do that, right? Because you can't leave the defense with the knight. Actually, no, you can't. Wait, in that case, does that mean that white is winning? No, it's evenish. Okay, white is plus 1.5. Rook b8 first. Okay. Yeah, I'm as I'm thinking about it, I'm seeing some problems with the position. Like, this is a very big issue. So rather than just deal with this, he makes a counter threat with this, so that this move doesn't come with so much force anymore. Oh, finally his opponent resigns. Nice. We've been looking at this position for a while, wondering why he hadn't won. 35 rating points. That's nice. A few more wins and draws, and he'll be almost 17. He'll be almost close to. He'll be 1700 and halfway to 1800. Wait, is this the position? No, this is a different game. This resembles a game we've seen today. Like, sorry, yes, 2 days ago. Yeah, this happened. Wait. I wish I were not looking at the exact same game. This exact thing happened in another game. That's interesting. This exact scenario happened in another game. I mean, the point is, I think this, rook takes, pawn push. My guy is definitely winning. Ajavon Sinclair. Problem with the board. Or his opponent didn't show up, one of them. Okay. Very playable. Yeah, so we allowed the pawn to be captured, but for what course? What's our course of action here? Because there was no need. We could have played, I think, this first, which allows this to be. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. Yeah, I forgot that the rook is here. Okay, so it was necessary. So we are down a pawn. We are down a pawn. As always, if it's your first time joining the stream, always feel free to follow, to like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Okay, going for aggressive and active play this way, allowing this pawn to be taken as well. Of course, you have to be careful about this square. Yes. So yeah, that move makes sense. So you can't easily take the b2 pawn. You can't easily take the b2 pawn over here. So do we just go back like this way and slide our queen maybe? If possible. That looks like too many moves though. Yeah, he just played queen a8. Interesting. Hey, what's up, TKBSXU? I really still don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's good to have you back. How you doing? You are sleepy? Same here. But I've slept. That's the sad part. I feel very tired. But how you doing? It's been a while. It's been eons. It's been years. It's been ages. It's been stuff. Why this move? Here with the aim of winning the queen. I mean, it's obvious the moment you play this move, so yeah. I might have to make another cup of coffee right now. I'm trying to listen to like loud type music just to wake me up, but still feeling tired. I mean, this is just too plain of an idea. I don't think it works. Still, it is hard to make progress both ways. Maybe it's not that far-fetched. Like, how do we stop this? Thank you. Let's look for it. Queen d8. I look at queen d8 because of chances of this, but I realize that doesn't work, and it doesn't prevent this, right? So here, bishop to d4. Yeah. Like, how do you prevent this? Wait. Okay, now it's saying h6. H6 doesn't really stop it, does it? Ah, yes, it does. I was thinking that h6 doesn't stop it because... I think black is winning this. It's very difficult for the king to, this white king to add into the attack. So he sees the king is cut off, and you're going to like try and promote this pawn. You're going to shoulder this king and promote this pawn. Yeah, black is winning. So basically, you're going to take it and come back, shouldering this king away, then slowly push this pawn forward. The knight is not a threat. Give me a second. Which tournament is that? Like, which tournament are you talking about? Because you know I would definitely be up for something like that. When is that? Ooh. 3 plus 0, 3 plus 2, and then 5 plus 0. 6 April. What date is that? Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, I'm there. Yeah, let me check that like after the stream. But let me just click the link so I don't forget it. It's going to open here, but I don't want to. Yeah, a second. There's something I'm trying to find here. This code is really annoying me. I'm coming, I'll get back to the game. Just give me a second. Wait, am I supposed to do that, or that's the goals of the group? Because I've beaten a WFM before. I don't know if that counts. I've beaten a WFM before. I don't have 1,000 wins against title players. That's like crazy for me. I don't even meet them that often. Defeat 10 irons. Wow. Okay, I don't think this is a personal goal. I think this is a team goal. Yeah, I can do it. I'm up for it. These are your goals. Dang. Bro, 1,000 title players. How many title players are there even in existence? I think they're in the minority, right? They're like the top 1% or something like that. I don't think we have that many in the world. Yeah, 47 Black is winning this. Okay, so let's just go back to the Ghanaian games. Jeshwan is done with his games. So you've beaten 5 out of 10 IMs. Nice. I love that. I love that. Not all of them play online. There are 2,000. I know there are very few. 2,000 GMs in the world, and not all of them play online. Yeah. So that's a very difficult goal, but I think you can do it. Bernard is black, right? You ever remember? Let's go back from here. Yeah, so we looked at this position briefly. The rook. This is what Robert Hess calls a collinear move. And these are very difficult to spot. So this didn't even come in my radar, but it doesn't seem to be very effective, right? Because even if you do get this, right, this happens. And I don't know what you are getting from this. Is this what actually happened? This is what actually happened. Oh, but he went for the active play. Can I find out why he didn't do this? Ah, check here. Yeah, then the rook is. But aren't you just. Yeah, you're not fine with it. Yeah. Check. And still draw. We are still in draw territory. His opponent has 2 points, but we are still in draw territory. I'm sure he knows the technique here, but it's going to be very difficult. His opponent is not going to just let him get away with this very easily. He's really going to fight for it. It could even just be a win for whites. I mean, a way that this could win. Again, you just try and imagine a position. We trade rook for rook, we trade bishop for bishop, and we trade pawn. And the way that it looks like, we may trade this pawn Like, we can't even do that, right? So this, I don't know. It might be a rook pawn endgame. Because it's more or less likely that we can take this pawn, but this one will be safe. And it's a rook pawn, so it could be a draw. But at this point, I think white is having a chance. Not so easy. So I can do that. I can do that. So which team am I supposed to join? Chris, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's on Sunday. I'm sure it's Sunday afternoon. I'll have to check it when we're done. This is to try and push this pawn forward. So can he just play this? I don't know if this is a good idea. I think this is losing. What's worse is how that your king is stuck to the background. If the king was a little bit up, this would be more of a certain draw. I just think that the point of this knight move is to go forward here. And I'm thinking if we want to do something, we want to prevent this one from coming forward. Or how about this? Pawn push and then we come in this way. The point is like if you come in this way, then this might be a good idea. Oh, let's checkmate. It's not easy. Oh, he goes bishop f6 as well. Okay. I did not expect that. Dashanri, how are you doing? Have I commented on bot 7? Yeah, we've gone through all the bots. But I can go back there again. I mean, it's been a while since we went there. This gives us the opportunity to come forward. But then with the issue of this move. Because like if we do come forward and he comes in here, I think coming in here is problematic. So maybe we just come in this way. White's advantage is growing. We can look at bot 7, don't worry. So we got to this position, and after this point I was saying that maybe we want to go down with the queen and then bring the bishop rather to replace it. I also mentioned that this is possible, but I felt it was not limiting the potential of the bishop is what I was trying to say. He plays f3, allowing bishop to g5. Infiltrates. That rook is in a strange position. Again, I'm always doing imagination. It's not like it can happen, but if I can imagine a situation where that rook is in trouble, then it's something to consider. Like, for example, if we can... Okay, it doesn't work here. This not this one. I was looking at actually a scenario where this queen is not defending it. And I was also looking at this scenario, but it doesn't work. Like, takes here. If you take here, then this is taken. But I realize that this knight can take. That's why it's not so good. Very interesting. Or are we just going to go h5, h4, h5? Or bishop back, knight up. I think you can combine both ideas. And they might work out for you. Oh. Dashan, I'm good. I don't know if I responded to you, but I'm good. Just a bit tired. Okay, I'll read another game. Okay, we look at this game. So he finally takes here. Finally gets e4 in. Yeah, and the issue at that time was the knights on the same file here, on the same diagonal. Yeah, I think the concession we came to is that white is better here. Sorry, I'm blanked out there. I think my guy was winning this, right? Yeah. The position hasn't moved since, so it's possible he has resigned. But my guy won this one, which is interesting. There's a problem with this board as well. Most of the games are concluding. Oh, yeah, we've not got Mariano's game in a while. What happened here? Yeah, after the pawn takes, what happened? Pawn takes, queen takes, knight jumps back. We have a rerouting of the knight, possibly to play this move. Here you just have to develop the bishop. Rook to d1, castles kingside. This is the position we currently are in. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 I just think that you should get castled now because I mean, not like your opponent can really do anything at this point, but it may just be a good idea. Or if you don't want to castle, you can just go a4, a5, a6. Hey, what's up, Johan? How you doing? Welcome back. Are you on break or has your sister fallen asleep? Yeah, this was happening at first board. White seems to be looking better now on the first board. We are trying to figure out what like aggressive ideas he can go for. Maybe I'm anticipating something. Maybe we should go this way first, right? Because I'm foreseeing this kind of position. Again, I don't think it does much, but then so that I can have this. It doesn't do much, to be frank. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but something you should think about. I was thinking first of all, bishop to e3, e2, castles kingside, and then we'll do something there. But maybe we have to play that move first. It may not be that important because I don't think it's a good move. Like for black to do that, split the pawns and everything. There's a problem with his board, so we may not see the next move. But it says he's run out of time, but he hasn't. Yeah, it's a glitch. Anytime it doesn't make sense, anytime something doesn't make sense on the board, it's a glitch. I looked at g4 and I was like, g4 is some strange move. I saw g4 and I was like, g4, g5. I'm like, does it really work? And it seems that's the top engine move. Rook d1 is also the next best move, I think, for the similar reason. Odeon won. I think this was the the landing game where his opponent didn't. Yeah, he ended up winning the end game. So like we said, oh, the landing system game won. J, you have a new fan in me for playing the landing system. Thank you for showing the world how beautiful our system is. Okay, I mean, he survived it. Kennedy has survived this. Board number 3, yeah. Olubite, Kennedy Olubite, if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly, that's fine. But he's managed to survive. You don't know how you became an Olubite fan because maybe it's because I've been talking about him. But he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. Sometimes he can be very annoying, but he's a cool guy. I speak like him like he's my age mate, but he's far older than me. He's like almost a decade older than me. But I mean, he survived the worst of it. His opponent really came at him with some very aggressive ideas, but he's done well to defend against them. C6. And now we have the boring symmetrical pawn structure, aka we are going near a draw. Oh yes, we've met multiple times. I even have his number. mean, even though he's in Nigeria, he often comes to Ghana to play some of our tournaments, especially the President's Cup. And I'm very excited that the President's Cup is this year. I'm looking at funny ideas of like eventually going this place to try and trade queens, and then you can develop forward more. But I don't expect a quick draw. These guys are going to play it out. It's not about meeting them, it's about beating them. And I need to beat them. The best at beating over the board is a candidate master. But of course, off the board, I've beaten a women's FIDE master. Well, I keep stretching. I'm sure. Give me a second. Let me get a bottle of water. A bottle of water. Oh boy. You get there. Yeah, but how can you be bad at OTB? Like, I don't get that. I mean, I do get that the bedside view of online chess play helps you, but it's still the same thing, right? What probably you might have to get used to in OTB is the tension of people looking at your board, looking at your opponent's emotions. I think that is about it. But other than that, it's still you playing chess, right? I think most people are weaker over the board, but it's not that, it shouldn't be that big of a difference. Oh, you get used to it. For me, what destroys pressure for me is every success I have, right? So as long as I've won over the board before, I'm okay. But there are times when I'm playing in tournaments, I'm like, am I really just going to sit 1.5 hours just to either draw or lose? I keep asking myself that question, like, is it worth it? You know? It's a question I ask myself sometimes. But there are times I don't really care so much about that whole thing. There was a time every time I was going to play a chess match, I was always thinking that I'm going to lose. But then after winning some games, I'm like, okay, I can actually win a chess game over the board. Isn't that knight g4? I thought knight g4 was here. Knight g4. I think that's for this, right? But we can still come in here. I won't put myself at 2000. 1800. My highest online, that's chess.com, which is much closer to 3 days, like 1889. So I say I'm 1800 strength. Maybe high 1700, but 1800 I think it's a little more accurate. On a good day I'm 2000, but I think actually I should be around 1800. Low 1800, not high 1800. Which is actually weaker than you. There's nothing happening in this game, but anything can happen. That's a funny statement. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the game is like dead, but they are going to play. If you've ever played against the Nigerians, they are going to play. They will play. I've never seen a Nigerian ever just resign. Like, I haven't seen it. They'll play until it's like there's nothing. Oh, Bernard he was able to hold the position. Fine. It was a tough position otherwise. I once played a game though where it was something like this, not like this exactly, and my opponent just kept on attacking me, and I kept on asking him for. I kept on saying that it's a draw, because it felt like a threefold repetition, but he just kept on playing. Eventually, he blundered, and I got the counter attack, but I also messed up and drew. That was 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. Yeah, if you take the rook, if you take the pawn, knight h6. Wait, is that really fine? No, that won't work, right? So what's the move here? So what exactly makes this good? That doesn't work as well, right? So is it this? Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. But this, I think this is draw. It's still not a draw. I thought it's a draw. You had 2 years ago, then you're good. You're on your way. It took me a long time to get good at chess because I studied it on my own. It was when I reached university that I met John Bartholomew and that I improved. But I took a long time. It took me like 5 years to become decent in chess. I think decent is like 1600. Though some people claim it's 1800. But anyways. $1500, 1600, yeah, so. Okay. So he trades, goes back. This is a different game. It's not the same game. Oh, it is the same game. All of this could be fine. All of that could be fine. What's happening here? Ah, yeah, we saw this position. So he did play bishop b2. I saw this move and I was like, you just push. Bishop goes back, and now you can, yeah, you can now play this because the trade doesn't affect you as much. Wait, don't. Queen takes. Queen takes is the move. Wait, but Wait, is it? Okay, the game still continues, so let's just see. Why didn't he just go G4 here? Is it actually winning? No, it's not. Yeah, so I wanted to find out if I was missing something. Oh, okay, he rather went for the passed pawn variation there. That's interesting, but why isn't that working? I want to be very sure why this is not working. Queen G6. But there's something else you play. So this is a draw here. Why G takes? I don't know bishop takes. B4. Oh, he just ignores it. The engine is always crazy, isn't it? And it's like, don't even save the bishop. Take here. I hate the engine sometimes. G6, not G5. Yeah, but again, same issue, right? Sorry. I think it's the same issue, right? Still the same issue. Engine is a savage. Oh, this game? How has this game switched so far? Ah, no problem, no problem. Engine is like white is winning, but it looks so scary. Of course, you can't push the pawn just yet because of this. So it's creepy. It's very creepy. Okay, this game is also messed up. What time is it? Today's time has really passed. Like, I'm shocked it's 12 o'clock already. Yesterday felt quite long. But I have I have a class very soon, so. Uh-oh. So left with Bernard's game. That's only what's kind of keeping me there. How are you awake at 5 a.m.? I can't believe one who stays awake at 5 a.m. Yeah, it's 12:09 in Ghana. I think it's just done. You went for check. I personally would just go this way and end the game off. But like I said, these guys will play it to the end. Yeah, I have been streaming for almost 3 hours. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I have to stop it here. I have to prepare for my lesson today. So I may not stream the next round. I think they've changed their schedule. Originally, I was supposed to run 1 round a day, but I think maybe at a technical meeting or something, they changed the rules. So they've been playing 2 rounds a day. So I may not, for today, I may not, because I don't know. Oh, no. They'll play next round tomorrow, at least. No, it seems they have a free day. So they'll play it. Tomorrow might be a free day. Then they'll play on Sunday. So yeah. Hey, no problem, Johan. I'll see you. Oh, but this guy spoke about a tournament on Sunday. We'll see what we'll do. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. I do appreciate your presence here. You can always, if you're on Twitch, you can always check my YouTube. If you're on YouTube and Twitch, you can still check out the Discord to join, to like know whenever I'm streaming and to have interactions with me. And you can also check out the socials. But I don't really post. I'm not really a social media guy, but I have to get into it. Thank you guys so much. This code has to really leave me.